is,
French.
yeah, it's not Jean, it's Jean. Jean Baptiste, or something like that. It's John. It's the English pronunciation. So, this information right here, I got out of the book.
Some of it, but I don't know how far it's got.
And I got this Opelousas Church.
I've been working on Mama's
out of that book. So,
I've been letting the rest of them do
I
that.
thought by doing that, it may have his dad's name somewhere on the marriage license. Because used to, where you can look at this and it says,
Yeah, they put it on
to
there.
whom it may concern, know that we, the Reverend Johnum Petty or Josham Petty, is hereby authorized and empowered to join together in holy bond matrimony Edward Ritchie Dwaddle, legitimate son of his mom and dad's name, her maiden name, and his wife's daddy and mama's name.
Yeah,
Her mama's maiden name.
Catholic Church does that.
Now this comes from the
They have
courthouse.
good,
Yeah, that's the court.
You get back, this is 1823, you get back that far, and they all like this. I looked at several others that had nothing to do with our family, and all of them are that way. They're all, see?
Yeah.
And Babe had a pretty handwriting, didn't he?
Yeah.
Beagle had pretty handwriting back then.
Yeah, it had a reason.
See
They
the
didn't have
seal?
calculators and computers.
Yeah.
Amen.
And those that could write were few and far between.
That's
too.
right. The ones that could write
He's
and
an,
read.
he's an Englishman.
Well,
This is the old English writing.
Aunt Susan? Aunt Susan,
Huh?
do you ever remember any of our family being from anywhere but right here in Louisiana? Our family's all from right here, huh?
No, I don't remember. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I just trying to get her to talk to us a little bit.
Okay.
No, I don't remember nobody,
Grandpa Police,
our people, only right here,
brother,
I know
named
of.
Buck.
This part of the country, huh?
Now,
Leonard
yeah,
Buck.
And told
all I knew was
David was his
Okay.
brother.
Uncle Tobe
Grandpa Buck
and Uncle Henry,
is my great-grandpa.
and that's the only ones I know, but Uncle Henry never did marry, he drowned it, you know.
Holden, Dad?
Oh, he drowned?
Yeah,
Buck is Holden's daddy.
How old was he when he drowned?
well, I don't know
That's
that.
my daddy's.
I didn't know him, I don't guess, I remember, I
That's
don't
my daddy's
remember.
grandpa.
Daddy just told me, you know, Henry was his daddy, his brother,
Leonard Clark.
and he drowned it, he's going
Leonard
to,
Clarkson.
after Aunt
that's it.
Susan, one of Daddy's sisters, married Benoit Johnson.
Yeah.
When he was going over to there, he'd been staying with Uncle Tobe and them. And he'd go around, you know, and stay with his brothers and sisters. Well, he was going, he left Daddy's and went to Uncle Tobe's. And then from Uncle Tobe's, he was going over to Aunt Susan. And so he crossed the log and he had these left-headed fits.
Epileptic?
Yeah, whatever you call them. And so he drowned him. He fell in a little old creek there and he drowned him. And they missed him. He never come back like he said he was coming. And they all went out to hunt him and they found him there in the creek there.
Well, which one was that went into the Civil War? Which one that went into the Civil War? Leonard? Leonard?
No, it was Uncle Tobe, I reckon.
Oh, Tobe did, but we had one before Leonard.
Uncle Tobe was in the Civil War.
Yeah, he was, yeah. But there's
His
another.
name, we called him Uncle Tobe, his name was David.
David.
Okay, and you had two of them girls marry Benoit.
Yeah.
Louise and Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Susan.
First time he married was a Johnson. And Susan was a Clark.
That's what I said. Louise and Susan married
Uncle Tobe, I reckon.
Benoit.
Benoit. Yeah, and well, Uncle Tobe and Daddy married first sister.
They was Johnson.
They was Johnsons.
Yeah.
Aunt Susan, what did people do for a living around here way back in the 20s and such? Farming? How did people earn their living? They just farmed?
Farm. We never know nothing about nothing but farming. Till way after me and Willie married. Our first car I seen was after me and Willie married, my first husband. We never know what a car was. Wagons and they just buggies that just come in.
Yeah.
During that time. And so we didn't know what a car was. Old man Jim Cloud was the first one on the car around in here.
School.
Jim
It was an
Cloud.
old T-model.
Oh.
Old T-model car.
Do you remember the Depression?
Yeah. I went through one of them. One depressions I went through it.
Was it as bad as people
Well,
say
it's
it
pretty
was?
bad. But I tell you, we got worse. One will come, it's going to be worse than it. Because the young people is not like the old people. They can't take it.
They don't have the
They
intestinal
won't. They
fortitude.
can't take it. Because we used to the hardships and trials.
Yeah.
We can take it. But the young ain't going to take it. They won't be able to take it.
Do you think the young people know how to work like the older people?
Well, like the old people, like the people now that are getting out of work, they ain't gonna be able to take it. They'll be into something or another, doing something, killing, robbing, or stealing, doing something or another. Because they're not gonna be, they can't take hardships.
Yeah.
They won't do it. When you get down where you got to eat bread and water, if people ain't gonna do it this day and time, they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have better, or get killed, or do something. But we endured it. We endured all this. He come up on us in that time. But now the generation don't know nothing about hard times. They've always had it handed on a platter. They don't know no better.
Tell us about the flu of 1917. Is that when it was? When there was so much sickness and the missionaries came through?
Back in that time, we just on the farms, you know, we just made our living on the farm. We didn't go to the store and buy. Well, our livings would come out the field. And if we didn't make it, we didn't eat.
Tell us when the first missionaries came through here, Aunt Susan.
Missionaries, they walked. They didn't have nothing to go but there was a foot.
Well, they come from
And they had these little tin suitcases.
come from Alexander.
And they walked and they'd have blisters on their feet to one house to another. Maybe now, no telling how many miles. Cause people wasn't thickly settled them days and time. They lived far apart.
Yeah.
And they walked. And they'd have to pull off their shoes and let their feet rest, you know, and sit on them little cases, you know, out under a shade tree till they kind of rested up and they'd start again. And they'd go, then they'd move to another house, you know, till they get to it. Now, they was way off one time on the road and said they didn't know really where they was at. But they was trying to hunt some of the members, you know, where they could go. And said they had us down the shade tree and they said, well, we'll sit here and rest a while and maybe we'll get direction where to go. Well, so they're sitting on their little suitcases or wondering and talking there to us. And said directly you heard a boy coming down the road whistling. And he was whistling, let's see now, something about the prophet. Prophet's voice, I believe. In the song.
Come listen to a prophet's voice?
Yeah, I believe that's the song that's a whistling. It says, oh, we good now, said we're finding some of the Mormons are coming down that road. And so they stayed and the boy come up and said, they introduced themselves, said, well, I'm a member of the church, come on, we're going home. So they carried them on into their home and they kept them there a day or two and they rested up and we moved further on. And that's the way we met them. They come on to our house after me and Willie married. Well, they come to Daddy's school. I was just a little kid.
Yeah.
First, and Daddy take them in there and stay all night, you know.
That's over Lake Cove?
Get up and go again. Yeah, on Lake Cove, yeah.
Yeah, over there.
And, but Daddy and them didn't belong to the church, you know, but he'd take them in. He didn't have to turn nobody
Just
else.
wait.
He'd take them in and we'd feed them and they'd stay all night there with Daddy.
Well, who was the first one to join the church in our family?
Ain't so?
Well, I guess me and Calvin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it.
Me and Calvin. I don't know. I was kind of silly. I tell you. I tell you the story. It's really funny. But I tell you, me and Willie first married. I wanted to belong to the church. I just wanted to go to some church. Well, he says, you better wait and see what church you're going into.
Oh, God.
Well, I said, I don't know. I said, you got to be baptized to be saved, but you don't, you go to hell. If you drown and before you baptized, you go to hell. Well, he says, I don't know whether you do that or not. He said, we better wait and see. But I just wanted to go to be baptized. I was afraid I was going to die and go to hell, you know, if I wasn't baptized.
Right.
Well, anyhow, he went away. But then they come a time the old, you be preacher down here at Treachery. Oh, theirs are just a fries up saying, you know, they're just having the whole, they getting the Holy Ghost and falling out, you know, and they'd pan them, you know, bring them to, you know, I just got all scared. I said, my goodness, if I don't get some dumb inside, I'm going to die and go to hell. I said, I sure want to be baptized. Well, Willie said, you ain't gonna be baptized. And then they were showing them a picture. No, I went to church. I said, I want to go to church. Well, he says, let's go to church. But I said, I'll tell you one thing. So if you get up and go to that bench, so I'm going to go up and get you. I said, oh, no. I said, I may not go to that church. I may not go to that thing. Well, they got the hollering and whooping, you know, and going on. So I got up and went to the bench, you know. I wanted to be saved. I didn't want to die and go to hell. So he walked up there and he got me with the arm and he led me back to the seat. He said, we're going home. So we went home. He said, what's the matter with you? I said, I don't know. I said, I want to be baptized. But he said, just wait a while and see. I was some silly, you know. Anyhow, I walked on, rocked on. Well, directing the Mormon elders got to coming around. Well, he read the Bible a whole lot, but I don't know. I read a little bit, but I couldn't read a lot much. He couldn't read too much, but he read a whole lot more than I did. Well, I said, I don't know what to do, but I said, I'm going to be baptized. I said, I don't want to die and go to hell. Yeah. And so, well, they come several times to the house. And they whole cottage meet, you know, there. Yeah. And your daddy's students. And around there, about one of the whole cottage meeting, they'd go and we'd all go to the cottage meet where they'd hold them. But anyhow, I told Willie one day, I said, well, I'm going to be baptized. I said, by Mormon elders. Well, he says, I think you're making a good choice there. He says, I think if they're right, they're right. Yeah. I don't believe the others got good titles to their foundation or whatever they got. So you can join if you want to. Well, I said, I'm going to join the church. I'm going to be baptized. Yeah. Well, Calvin come along, and I talked to him. I said, Calvin, don't you want to be baptized? He said, well, yes. I said, you going to be baptized? I said, yes, I'm going to be baptized. And I said, I want you to baptize with me. All right. He said, I'll be baptized. I said, I believe in it. I believe they're all right. They'll be baptized. So, sure enough, next time they come, we went into it, we went. Well, there's so many people there that I invited them. I come out on the bank. One old woman said, well, you're going to hell. I said, no, I've just been baptized. I said, no, I've just been baptized. I said, if I go to hell, everybody's going to go with me. I was still, but thank God I've never been to no other church.
Yeah.
That's my church.
Well, what about,
and
what was Papa doing? He was.
I was 19 years old.
19
when I was baptized, me and my brother. And ain't never another church bothered my mind or nothing. Yeah. I know I'm in the right church.
Where were you baptized?
In Turkey Creek down here.
In the Turkey Creek?
As you're going toward Lake Cove.
Yeah.
In that bend down there.
Huh. In the Turkey Creek.
Yeah, Turkey Creek.
Well, what was Papa doing back in the time? What was Papa doing? He's waiting?
What was Grandpa Hardy doing? He was waiting to be baptized?
Yeah, he was reading.
He was reading.
2 years after I was baptized, well, him and Heidi and Mama was all baptized. Mama belonged to the Church of Christ. Daddy did too.
Oh, I mean that.
All belonged to that. And I don't know, I just wanted to be baptized, and I wanted to be baptized. But after I got in the church and we got to read and I got to study more about the Bible, I knew I was right. Yeah. I knew I had found the truth. Yeah. But I didn't know how to find it. I didn't read it. I just wanted to jump in and be baptized. But then I didn't have to jump and be baptized. I got it right then.
Well, you and Calvin were baptized the same day then?
I was the first ones in here. They were baptized. It was me and my brother.
Yeah.
So you owe that to Willie for dragging you from that day.
And then all the kids come up, we baptized them, you know.
Right.
They was all baptized in the church.
Right.
Well, you said Grandpa Hardy was studying. What was he studying?
His Bible.
Yeah. You know that
He was still studying that Bible.
Through and through.
Yeah.
And then 2 years after I was baptized, he was baptized.
Well,
and Mama and his wife.
Well, Ida and Hardy were baptized the same day then?
Well, I think, yeah, and Mama. I think they was all baptized together.
That's a copy of Grandma's.
And where were they baptized?
In Turkey Creek.
Turkey Creek.
They was baptized right behind the old place there. And hole. They called it the boy swimming hole.
Swimming hole. That's a good place to be baptized.
That's good.
Oh, Aunt Susan, I always heard,
That's where all the children was baptized, in that boy swimming hole.
I always heard them say that they said that the Mormon elders was coming through and not even give them a drink of water when they come down through this community. Was that so? That the Mormon elders was coming into town and not to even shut your doors and lock them and don't even give them a drink of water?
Well, they wouldn't, you know, they come up, the Marian sawmill was running then, and there was they passed around and they stopped at a lady's house there and asked them, you know, they told them who they was, if they was going to the Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints, you know, they were Mormons. Better call Mormons, you know, people know. Well, sir, if you walk fast enough, you'll meet Jesus. He's just passing going around the corner. Say, you'll overtake him. Says, walk fast, you'll overtake him. He just walked around the corner. So they went on left her alone. She didn't want to let them see him, you know. Oh, there are many of them. They would turn them down, you know.
Did y'all have any was you persecuted, yeah. Were y'all persecuted any for being in the church when you were younger? You know, did anybody have any bad feelings towards you because you was a Mormon?
No. I don't care who, I can talk to him about Mormon. It don't bother me at all. I know I'm right.
Oh yeah, but I mean when you were first joining the church, was there a lot of people against the
Oh
Mormons?
yeah, they don't believe in you, no. They don't believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Who was
I've had several people.
Who was the missionary that baptized you? You remember?
Well, no, I don't really know their name, but it was. I have the picture of them. I think I have their picture here, but I don't know. One of them was. I think it was Audrey Carter. They called him.
Yeah.
They named him. I reckon after one of the prophets, I guess.
Yeah.
Was it from Utah?
Where was he from, Aunt Susan?
I don't know what they were from. Utah, I reckon, or some up in that north.
No, I
But
asked
don't know
that
where
man
they're
about
from.
that.
I done forgot where they were
And
from.
what that was for. They had to put up like
When
a $300
there was a big
bond.
flu epidemic in 1917, wasn't there?
And
Where everybody got
what
the
it
flu?
was, if he'd have left
When that World
in
War
a certain
flu,
period of time,
Yeah.
that's when he
like
come,
a year,
1920.
3 years.
1920? There was a lot of people sick.
Oh my
She
goodness,
would
I
move
mean,
back home,
people
you know,
dying like
stay in
flies.
her place.
Sometimes a whole
Kids,
family would
take
go.
care of them
And
just
we,
get married.
see, I lost 2 out of my
That's what the
family.
old man explained
Yeah.
to me at the courthouse.
And that was my husband and a little girl, 10 years old. And I just lost a baby
This
in
is
August.
Grandpa Dave,
Was 10 months old.
Grandpa
He
told,
died with pneumonia.
and Edvice.
And then
That's right.
in March, I lost my husband and 10-year-old little daughter.
Willie? You lost Willie?
Now this is his and Grandpa.
In the
And
thing.
that was because of the
Eight
flu?
days.
There was a flu killed him.
Is that when Grandpa Hardy and Ida lost the twins?
Well, they stayed waiting, just come out of the army.
It says,
I was carrying my little baby to the doctor every other day up there at La County.
Landry, Perry, St.
And so I carried him one day, and when I got back to the depot to catch the train back home, well, Wade was there in the depot to catch the train back to the house.
1857.
And so I met him there.
Edvice.
He was coming from the service. We thought he was dead.
Yours.
We couldn't get no letters from him and hear from him. And so
This here.
he was there to,
It says,
and I was so proud when I got to see him. I didn't know what, we come back on a train, and then we had to walk from over here where Jesse lived, back over to my old place over there, you know, where your daddy's old home.
Yeah.
That's where they lived, and I lived further on them.
Has my permission
And,
to get license.
So Mama seen us coming. She said, I believe that's Wade with Susan. So I could see her running and out to get him, you know. And that was a happy day.
He was coming back from World War I.
Yeah, he's coming back from World War I.
Had he gone overseas?
Yeah, he went overseas.
They were married in Opelousas.
Yeah, he fought overseas.
And he made it through all right.
Yeah, made it through all
This
this.
is where he put up.
But you didn't know he was going to be in the train
No, I
station.
didn't know more than nothing. I was just shocked when I seen him. We thought he was dead.
Yeah.
You know, we couldn't get no hearing from him.
So this flu epidemic came after the war then, huh?
Weird
Yeah,
feeling. You pick
they
up
called
these
it the
things
World
and
War flu.
The World
Yeah.
War flu.
This one
Yeah,
here.
World War flu. The flu. Yeah.
Didn't the missionaries come and help you at that time?
Did the missionaries come through and help you all at that time?
Well, they was coming, yeah. I was in the bed. They taking care of me. And I was in the bed, you know, Hardy and Wade would come. And Hardy had to go to the doctor every once in a while and get medicine first, you know. And Wade, he'd come get wood and put on the porch for the tend to us. And your grandma, she would cook, you know, and send food there to us to eat. And the missionaries come. Willie and Thelma was to be baptized when they come, you know, that time, because my Thelma done passed away.
Yeah.
No, Willie passed away, and Thelma died while they was there.
Oh boy.
She passed away.
It says name of
Is that your 10-year-old?
Amelia,
10 years old. She was 10 years old.
place of birth, St. Leonard,
And,
Opelousas.
So they tended to me
April the 4th,
just like a baby.
Baptized
I
September
couldn't,
12th.
and one of the missionaries, one of them come by here
Name of
about,
father, Francois
I reckon it's been
Hebert
about
Jr.
4 or 5 years
Father's
ago.
mother,
They'd come to
Marianne
Claude and asked
Montez.
Claude,
Name
said,
of
do
mother,
you know
Marie from
where
Rome.
that lady
Maternal
lived, or she
grandmother,
lived
Rachel
in,
Madar.
and World
Maternal
War flu
grandfather,
that we
Joseph
taken care
Morello.
of?
She
That
comes
me and
straight
my
from Spain.
mate,
Is
one,
that right?
partner.
Companion.
Rachel
And
Madar.
so he said,
Baptism
yes, and
record,
she
St.
lived
Andrew
living.
Catholic Church,
And he
volume
brought him
4,
down
page
here to see me.
247, number 85.
And he was just a
Priest
20-year-old
officiating,
boy
Reverend
then when he was on that mission.
something.
And he was an old man when I come back to see me. And he said his,
And you found out in the court-
companion was living too. He told me where he lived, but I
friend of
forgot
mine.
where he was
I
living.
did some work for
So
her,
that's both are living.
and she was
And this was recently?
found this one.
Uh-huh.
He came to see you recently?
No, I ain't seen him since.
How long ago was that?
About 5 years ago.
Like the volume and the page and everything, and
I
where it
guess
come
it
from.
was. He come to see me.
So I'd have, you know.
What kind of work did you do on this church over here when it was built?
Oh, my goodness. I worked from the day it started till it ended. I hope these
They were
ditches
married.
up to my neck here, I just stand, you can see my head. I dug the ditches
Yeah.
for all that line. I
They
hope
see that
building
her
a house,
daddy
hope
was Francois
cement to
Hebert
put, took
What I
the
was
cement in
trying
there
to
for them
do-
to pour.
I have,
And I
more
would stay
information
right
on
there
them
and hope
on
paint
her
the
side.
house, hope
You do.
everything till it was
On her.
finished. All but a little bit of work the missionaries
maybe
had to
find
do.
something that would kick
And
back
your dad,
to his side.
said, yeah,
See,
you did.
you can go
Bert.
2 or 3 generations
Yeah, my
back
dad.
And
and maybe find something
her.
that would refer
that was going to the temple.
to these.
I believe
or
Betty
come
was a
forward 2 or
baby.
3
That's
generations.
right.
But
I
I
remember.
never
And,
found anything.
I said, I'm gonna go to temple too. So I went with them to
I
the
remember
temple.
that. You
And
went
I
with
was
us?
married to my husband and was still to all my children. I have 6 dead. I believe I've done, 6 dead, and a husband, 2 husbands dead. And that's all. And me and 3 are living. That's Jesse, Barbara, and Josephine.
Yeah.
I've been a mother of 9 children,
9 children.
and 6 of them are gone on.
Okay.
And but I said, God taking them,
This
He
A
knows
friend of mine said
that we're all gonna be together in the next world. I'm all but we married together, and we still together.
this is
Thank
Francois
God for
Hebert
that.
and Marie.
When I'm died, I'm going to be with them.
That was
Absolutely.
Emily Hebert's
I'm gonna
mom
be
and
with
dad.
them.
We went all the way back.
Absolutely.
Both sides.
Get her to talk
And there
about,
was
And
no-
describe her parents, what they look like, what she remembers of them, and especially the story about how her father died.
Tell us about your mother and daddy. What did they look like?
Mother and Daddy?
Yeah.
Well, Mother wasn't a big woman. She was kind of slow and slender.
Now, I know you don't prove the Hazeltons. but look
Mama
like
was a
this
wonderful woman. Mama was a lovely woman.
What was her maiden name?
Her name was Margaret Ware.
Margaret Ware.
And Daddy was a kind person. We just loved him dearly. We love Mom and Daddy both. They're just wonderful people to us. Daddy come in at night, set us on his knee and sang to us.
Was
And
he,
after we
At the
worked,
domicile of
and he
Matthew.
always sang to us.
So,
We
did he have a good singing voice? No?
Daddy sung pretty good, but just little old songs, you know, he sang good. He sang to me, old Susie Anner, Don't Cry For Me, I'm all the way from Alabama with a washboard on my knee. I never will forget it. But poor old Daddy was so good, you know, he just take us up there and sing. And Uncle told me I get sick, you know, I was sick a lot when I was little.
Yeah, sure.
And that was a pettage, you know, a whole lot, you know.
Was that the reason you
I'd
lived
get
so
a little
long?
sick, I called Uncle Tobe. Poor Uncle Tobe had to come and rock me all night long, you know. I said I've been so miserable for people. But I reckon I loved them, made me like that, you know. I just loved them. And it looked like they thought so much of me, I couldn't help but love them. And I always liked them.
So in the evenings then, your dad would entertain you by singing and holding you, rocking you, and that kind of thing.
Sing what?
He would sing to you and rock you and that kind of thing. During the evening, how did you entertain yourself?
In the evening?
Yeah, how did you entertain yourself? It was dark, there wasn't any light. What did you do?
Well, when it's dark, well, we had to have torches. We had supplemented by these old torch splinters, you know. Put it on an old can and put something under the can so the old tar had written down in it. And we had the light. That's when we used our supper. And breakfast, so they'd get up for a day, they'd have to do the same thing. Get up. And Mama always got up early because we had to hit the field. We'd be on the turn, blow at daylight to hold.
Yeah.
And wait for daylight to come. Well, we all had to eat breakfast, you know, by the torch. We didn't have no lamp. We didn't know. The first lamp I seen was a little old brass lamp. Had about like that, about that high. Been like a lightning bug.
A lightning bug.
Yeah. And so that's the first lamps we seen. We didn't know it. Making clothes out was making with our fingers, you know. We used to make all our clothes with our fingers.
His age later on.
So they'd cut us a pattern out. We'd whack out these old flour sacks, you know. And we get flour in the sacks, you know. We make our clothes out of that. We didn't go to the store and look buy clothes. We had to make them out of little sacks or something. We didn't have them go to the store sometimes. Daddy in the fall, he'd sell a bale of cotton, and he'd buy all a piece of clothes around. We never seen no money from one year to another.
Oh.
We had to live in the field.
The first oven.
Well, tell us about when your father died. How did that come about?
The legitimate daughter.
Well, Daddy was sick a good while. Daddy was laid on the bed 5 months before he died. Daddy had some kind of hemorrhage. I guess it must have been cancer killed him. I don't know. We didn't know nothing about cancer then. But he vomited blood. He vomited up a lot of blood. But he was on. All his blood went to water again or something. The doctors tapped him and got water out of him. First time they tapped him, got a washboard full of water. Next time it's just hay full.
Right here, this
The next time they never come back.
It's his daughter that's getting married.
Unfortunately,
He just greened away.
16 getting married in